What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Aries the Cosmic Wizard, and this is Cosmic Tarot. Look, I know I've been gone for a couple of days, y'all. I have been testing. I have been just needing some time to myself. You know, just gonna say that. And just haven't really been feeling it lately. I don't know. But I'm feeling better now. Every day, you know, I think about you guys. So Aries, this is gonna be y'all reading, okay? So I'm not gonna dilly dally no longer because I know y'all already mad at me, but it's okay. I love you. Don't worry about it. 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we are. It is what it is. I've accepted it. I'm moving on. You know. Whatever the situation is. King of Swords, the Lovers, the 3 of Swords. Okay, it was a betrayal, some type of betrayal here that ended with a heartbreak, and I think it was because this Page of Wands energy, this is someone who comes off as immature, someone who moved very erratically. Maybe this is someone who could be in and out. You know, this could even be your energy, Aries. I don't know. But I'm saying here, it is like this King of Cups. Not King of Cups, Lord. The King of Swords here and the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck here with this 5 of Cups here is giving me that, like, you're getting over some type of love here. It could be romantic, platonic, or self, but it involves a King of Swords. So there's some type of clarity here. There's some type of information that you've learned. Either you're going to gain information about someone here, or you've figured something out about someone from your past. Like, this could have been a past lover. Unfortunately, this could have been someone who may have passed away recently. I didn't necessarily see like anything like that, but I just thought of like, okay, you may have heard some bad news, or you know what? It's giving like the holiday seasons can be a little tough sometimes. If you were always with someone and you recently broke up, and now it's like, damn, now I gotta spend Christmas by myself. How come my tree ain't plugged up? Let me plug up my Christmas tree. I'm just sitting here running my mouth. Okay. Why isn't my Christmas tree plugged in? Because it's fucking 2 o'clock in the evening. Alright, so yeah, so Christmas, the holidays in general may be a little difficult for you, but you're learning to get through it here. If maybe you were used to being it with your partner, or maybe you guys have, I just wanted to say my condolences to whoever out there who has lost someone recently, or has lost anyone in general. I know the holidays can be very tough for people, especially who are mourning and grieving. So, my condolences, my deepest condolences and love to all my viewers out there who are dealing with grief. Trust me, I know that shit is hard. 4 of Swords in reverse is this restlessness to you. I feel like you need to be more gentle with yourself, okay? You need to be more gentle with yourself and really allow yourself to go through the stages and feel everything in totality without this fear of being like, I always start this story like, I used to be a teacher, but when I was a teacher, and you know, sometimes I've worked with a lot of students and I've lost some due to violence. There's no other way to put it. Violence, really. And you know, when you see the families and you see they're at the funeral, and it's like a kid that you only knew for a year or two, or even a couple, and you know, you're like, you know, you feel sad. But then it's like, you ever feel like, okay, like I need to keep it together because like I shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like if his parents is over there, you know, their parents are over there, and you need to like, you know what I mean? You don't, it's like you're like trying to keep yourself from falling apart, but you're telling yourself like, I shouldn't be this affected. but you are, and you're trying to figure out why. For some of you all, but this is this is a very specific message. I did not see how, but you know what? My throat trying to close up on me. Grief is inevitable, and it is something that we all deal with. It's something that we all go through, and I'm gonna just say it. I don't think you ever stop grieving certain people. I think you just get easier with dealing with the loss. You know, I think about my grandma every single day. Every fucking day. It's been 10 years almost. And I think about her every day. It'll be 10 years coming up. And at first, you know, I used to cry almost every day. And now I can go, you know, I don't cry every single day about it. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. I still miss her, think about her all the time. But, you know, it took me a while to get to that point of like, damn, like, why are you at the gym just randomly crying about your grandma and your best friend? Because my best friend and my grandma, they both passed away like 3 months within each other. So, like, at the age of 25, I was just like, I had boom, boom, boom. Like, I had just turned 25. Just got my first job as a teacher, and like first year teacher grieving his grandmother, who didn't even get to see him become a teacher and was one of his biggest supporters. Then one of my friends, literally my best friend, my fraternity brother, like he died right before this. Literally his funeral was the day before my college graduation. Like that was the worst fucking day of my life. And it's supposed to be like one of the happiest. And I was sitting there in this room, in this auditorium, and like all my family was there. And the only reason why I walked across the stage was for my family. Is because I knew that they meant a lot to them, to see me be up there. But there was no fucking part of me that wanted to be in that fucking place. And, you know, they were really, really understanding too, because, you know, of the situation with my best friend passing away. So we took pictures, and then my mom and my dad were talking to me, and they were like, okay, you know, we're going to go back home. I know you and your friends are going to, you know, celebrate your fraternity brother's life, so we don't want to, you know what I mean? But then we did like the dinner and shit the next weekend. So I was really fortunate that they were very understanding, because some people could have just been like, well, I don't understand why you're so mad. You know, you have to be understanding with yourself as well, okay? It's okay to be upset about certain things still. I'm still tearing up just thinking about it. Hangman here in reverse. Yeah, you're in this... I feel this too sometimes. It's like this... What the fuck am I supposed to be doing? Kind of energy. It's like you don't really know... You have an idea, you have a direction here, but it's like the things are just not moving fast enough. Things are taking a while to... And it's because of this, whatever this grief, whatever this mourning, this loss is that you're going through here. You know. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could literally just be, honestly, this looks... Maybe I'm projecting a little bit of my own self into this reading. But I believe that it is also, you know, part of my, how you say, je ne sais quoi. This is a little, I don't want to get too deep here, because this is YouTube. I like to keep it light and happy. But this is looking a little sad, a little, you know, a little down. Somebody may be feeling very, very hard on themselves, like in your mind too. 5 of Swords. I'm telling you right now, ooh, I like how vibrant this looks. You know, stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to make everything perfect. You're fine, you're perfect just the way you are. Imperfections and all. That them stretch marks is cute. Okay, baby, that freckle on your face is cute. You know, you put on a couple pounds, your man like it. Okay, you put on a couple pounds, your lady like it. You know, it's wintertime, they need a little cushion. Like, you being too hard on yourself. Maybe you grieving the fact that you lost you know, your sense of self, or you saw, or your body, or something here. Maybe you feel like, damn, you know, I can't fit into my clothes, and it's like, you know what? Go get you some more clothes. It's Christmas time, you know. And this Five of Swords is like all this mental conflict here and this battling. There's a lot of 4s and 5s, so we're talking about stability and changing in here. So, what is it about yourself that you feel like you need to change? It has a lot to do with your thinking. Ooh, the Lovers in reverse. I think this is a self-love. I think with the Lovers in reverse is you struggling. I don't want to be so blunt and be like, you hate yourself, you fucking hate yourself. I don't think you hate yourself. I think what's happening is you have had maybe a past lover or someone here, and they may have said some things that may have been hard for you to erode. Maybe you had a father or a mother or someone in your family who's to pick at you for something. You know, sometimes, especially, I don't know about, I can't speak for nobody else's community but mine, the black community. You know, sometimes we had that uncle who may have been like, hey, you know, they used to call me Big E, you know, because Big E, my name's Eric E, Big E, and I hated being called Big E. It just made me feel, because I was a chubby kid, right? I'm a chubby man, but you know, I slimmed down a lot in my 20s. I was doing a lot of unhealthy, disordered eating and stuff like that. Ooh, trigger warning, sorry about that. But like, and working out, overworking out, running a lot, fuck all that, right? I've had to learn how to be like, you know what? You're gonna be a little thickums, all right, nigga. You're gonna just be a little thick nigga. You just gonna have to deal. You're 6'2", you just not gonna be 175. Like, you're never gonna be 175, Eric. You're not. You could run to Africa and back, and you literally can't do that. But you know, like, you know how you cook, nigga. You know how you cook. You was in there frying chicken last night. I'm gonna get a salad today. You know, damn well you're not eating that fucking salad. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe there was someone here who maybe picked at you, and they thought it was maybe enduring, a loving joke, maybe, and it's just you're learning how to get rid of that. Your sense of it's circling back to the self-acceptance. Ooh, I'm making this into self. Grieving and accepting what has lost. Yeah, you know what? I don't know where I was going with there. Just had a complete brain fart, which means that it's time for me to change the tempo here. So let's just keep going. All right, let's get another row in here. The 8 of Cups in reverse with the 5 of Cups. So there is a lot of emotions around some Judgment in reverse. Ooh. Someone could have felt like they missed an opportunity or made the wrong choice or decision in regards to you. For those who are dealing with having to have walked away or left a relationship, a job, a community, situation, or whatever, there is some sense of maybe, why did I quit that job? Why did I leave that man? Why did I leave that woman? I should have never yelled at them like that. I should have did this, you know. And the Hangman in reverse is sitting with that, you know. Why do they always say there's no fucking liquid in here? There ain't no fucking liquid in here. They keep doing that. I don't know why. There better not be no liquid. I'm gonna get a new phone. See, shit like that. You know what I mean? The old me would have had a meltdown. Like, oh my god, there's liquid in my phone. I just said, oh well, if there's liquid in, I just have to get a new phone then. Fuck it. Because what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna get a new phone, right? You want me to worry about it? No. You know, you start worrying about shit. You're learning how to stop worrying about stuff like that. The Moon in reverse and the Hangman here. Major arcanas, major energy. So you're going through a major awakening here with the Hangman and the Moon in reverse, which means ooh, this is lunar. I'm feeling like lunary nighttime vibes. So around the evenings, I feel like you do your best thinking in the middle of the night, or you may be getting calls in the middle of the night. You may have a lot of people calling you after work at night, catching up with you. You need to take some time to yourself. You give a lot to others, but you rarely keep anything for you. Like, it's given you maybe a little. You need to do a medication or something here. The Hierophant and the Pentacles, Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, there is a group or an organization here. You could be getting a new job. Ooh, Page of Cups in reverse and the Six of Swords here. Leaving something behind that's immature and dusty and broke. Probably a man or a woman. Probably a man. Probably. Five of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Yeah, dusty, musty, broke. No, he can't come with you. No, he can't. Yeah, I definitely see a potential job offer here, or some type of union here. Contractual obligation, perhaps, or maybe a quid pro quo kind of relationship. Like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. It doesn't seem romantic in nature. Feels platonic. Business, maybe. Someone here wants to get into business with you. Someone wants to be in your business. Someone wants to collab or something. You could have a brand. You could be doing your own spiritual conscience. Ooh, some of y'all could be coming into your own spirituality as well. Defining what that is for you. The World here, yeah. The World with the Five of Swords here. This is giving me energy of replaying something in your head over and over again. It's like a major thing for you. I don't want to say living in the past, but there's like some past memories that could be haunting you. And with the Hangman and the Moon here, I feel like you're realizing how to work through your fears to conquer those demons that you have within you. The self-limited beliefs, the I'm not good enough speeches, the I'm not worthy, I'm not pretty, I'm not this, I'm not that. I want you to get so close to whatever device you are in, and I just want you to just like, listen, you are worthy of everything you want. Okay? You are. Just by simply being here. And I don't know why we've conditioned ourselves into feeling like things need to be hard, things need to be earned. If I'm not, sweating and miserable, is this even really exercise? If I'm not constantly like worrying about, is my man, or woman like still finding me attractive? Is this even really love? Like, I'm picking up on someone here who has really struggled a lot with just being a little more like in a slower pace. Like, you may have always liked to do, you're Aries, so yeah, you like to do things very fast, and it's like, okay, well, maybe you're about to meet someone here coming up who is like, I like to take my time, if you're dating an earth sign, like, you better just be patient as fuck, okay, especially if you're gonna date a Capricorn or a Virgo. It's gonna take you a minute. It's gonna take you a minute. It's gonna take you a minute to crack through that fucking heart. I'm just telling you, it's gonna take you a minute to crack through that Virgo or that Capricorn, man. Now they will, like, trust me, they will go after you. There's no fucking liquid in this phone. Stop acting. You're making me mad. It only says that around 44%. I noticed that. Whatever. We'll keep moving. But once you crack that heart open, it's like you got them forever. Capricorns and Virgos. Earth signs are just loyal as fuck. You know what I mean? You got the Hierophant here with the Ace of Pentacles here. So a new beginning here, new opportunity here, financial opportunity. I do see a job potentially coming here. You could be finding, you could find love at the job for some of y'all. Some of y'all already, this is not a love reading, for real, for real. I don't think a lot of you all, I don't really do love readings, I realize that. I do a lot of, I want my readings to be focused on you, because you're the one that's watching it. Three of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, yeah. Walking away from a poverty mindset, a poverty in general. You know, everybody keeps saying this is gonna be the year of money. This is gonna be the year for your money. This is gonna be the year for your money. And I hope that's true. You know what? Let's make that true. You're gonna speak that shit into existence. You're gonna get some fucking money. The Lovers in reverse with the Tower. Ooh. I think you are going to find yourself, for my singles, you know I don't like to make love readings. Is that another gray? My old ass. Something is telling you could find unexpected love. It's like, I don't know, you at the checkout and the cashier is just making eye contact just a little too long. You making eye contact just a little too long. They cologne smell just a little too good. You know, you looking just a little too good. You know, you wearing the fuck out that outfit. Whatever you was wearing the fuck out of it. And you know, maybe you ended up getting a number or 3. I feel like you're gonna definitely be turning some heads here. And it all starts when you start to clear up this like mental thinking about yourself. Someone is having a sudden wake up call. Somebody been sleeping on you. I feel like somebody has definitely been, yeah, 2 of Cups in reverse. Ooh, shit. Somebody wants you bad. But the 10 of, this is somebody who hurt you. King of Pentacles, because see, damn. Oh, God, Lord. Damn, Aries. Let me show you what I see, because I see a lot. Justice in reverse. So there's been a lot of just, you're not even going to go there, a lot of karmic healing, a lot of karmic unbalanced here. You may have had a lot of suitors here. I got 3. The King of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Now, this don't have to be 3 different people. This could be one person. And, you know, and they all coming. But here's the thing. With this, the Sun card here, the 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups, it's like this person will literally fight and defend your honor for you. Like, this person is like, I don't know, Aries, you could have a very public position or something here, because you have a lot of eyes on you. You got the King of Wands, and like, these don't always have to be romantic, but the King of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. That's that Virgo Capricorn man I was talking about earlier. For some of y'all, I don't know if y'all messing with a Virgo or a Capricorn, and it don't even have to be Virgo or Capricorn. It could be a whole fucking Libra up in here. I don't know. I'm just saying this is someone who is very thoughtful, someone who's very resourceful, someone who is very well with money and finances and resources. And this King Knight of Cups is someone who's very charming. So this could be one person that has all these aspects, and the King of Wands is definitely on board for you. This is somebody who knows and goes after they want. They're very direct. They're very authoritative. Like, it's not somebody who's like, yeah, I'm just sitting here watching TV all by myself. What you doing? Oh, what you like? I ain't doing nothing. Oh, yeah. I ain't doing nothing either. This is someone who's like, hey, I'm thinking about grabbing a beer down at the Piggly Wiggly. You wanna go have a drink with me? Whatever. Or hey, you know, I know you classy ladies, so you're not just gonna go over to no man's house like that, right? Because that's not how I raised y'all. I did not raise y'all to just go over. That's not how I raised y'all. I'm not raised y'all that way. You gotta make sure you at least, you know, properly vetted. But then the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Lord have mercy. You're a heartbreaker. Someone's getting out. And I saw this earlier. Or someone is, you're trying to recover. This Two of Cups in reverse is not working out for some reason. And I feel like you're just not, for some of you all, or this is a fear. It doesn't necessarily be rooted in reality. The Moon in reverse, this could also be you realizing that you do have a fear of being hurt. And it keeps you from moving towards partnerships here. Because in the past, there's been at least 3 potential love opportunities here that I think, I don't want to say you have ruined or you have not taken opportunity of, or something here that held you back from accepting the love that these 3 or this one person who embodies this. This is one person. This is a very interesting motherfucker. This is someone who is very interesting, very successful. If this is one person, yeah. If this is one person, this person has a lot of drive, stamina, energy, success. But I don't think it's just one person here. I think this has been a combination of people over the lifetimes that you've lived. It doesn't have to be from this first lifetime. I want to say your soul energy or something, but no, I'm not gonna go there. With the Sun, the 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups, nothing would make this person happier than to have a connection with you. But the Hangman and the Moon sitting here smack dab central here. I got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Cups in reverse. I feel like you don't feel like you're ready enough for true love or partnership. Or maybe you do, but you're not sure. I think whoever's coming towards you, this is the real deal Holyfield. So just don't fuck it up, as Mama Ru would say. This is your last chance to prove yourselves and to the judges. So do not fuck it up. I don't know. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm Ooh, somebody is over here singing love songs over you. And you over there like, yes, yes. Someone is in love with your ass. Yes, I'm talking to you, bitch. Somebody is in love with you. Somebody's is in love with you. You. And it's like gonna shock the fuck out of you. The Lovers in reverse in the Tower here is like, you know, I'm seeing like you're at your desk or whatever, right? And someone's just carrying flowers. And you're like, oh my God, those are so pretty. Are those for you? And they're like, no, this is for you actually. Like someone's actually like, and you're like, what? If you like flowers, you know, like this is the kind of guy, if this is a masculine, this is a very masculine energy. This is the masculine energy that is going to send you gifts at work. This is someone who is going to, you know, and like they love doing it. It's like, this is the kind of guy who's like, baby, let me start your car before you get up and go to the work. You know what I mean? Like, let me, you know, make sure the coffee is nice and hot for when my baby get up. You know what I mean? Like, this is someone who loves being the provider. It makes them happy. They feel fulfilled. But I just heard someone during your childhood, some of you all were not protected properly. So your attachment styles and your attitude towards love tend to be a little pessimistic. Like, okay, I know a lot of this reading earlier was about grief. I'm sensing maybe I was sensing this earlier, like a loved one, like a very intimate loved one may have crossed over, or someone who you wanted to be very intimate with. And intimate doesn't necessarily have to mean like, you know what, but someone you were really close to, someone you really loved. Like there's a betrayal around that as well. Maybe you're learning how to, maybe you were, okay. You're learning to forgive them almost, and like not be upset with the person themselves. When my friend passed away, it wasn't like he just died in his sleep. He was in a really bad car accident, and it was super bad. Like, and I don't want to put all his business out there, but he was really hurt. He was really, really hurt. He was he died on the scene. He died on the scene, right? And I just remember like being like, oh my God, like I was so mad at him because I was like, why didn't you wear your fucking seatbelt, dude? Like, and he always had a seatbelt on. He wasn't like someone who didn't have a seatbelt on. He wasn't like one of those people. And I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. Because it was like, why didn't you just have your seatbelt on? And I had a dream. It wasn't even a dream. I could literally feel his energy. I felt this. It felt this pure, like, light, love. Like, there was no fear whatsoever. And I was sleeping. And I felt this energy. And then I had, like, a dream. And it was him. And it was really weird. It was a dream of him driving his car. And there was a tree. Like, he was driving his car down the side of the street. And there was a tree. And then the dream, he braked and he stopped right before he hit the tree. And then he, like, looked over. Like like in the movies, like they look over, like clearly there's a camera in that seat, but it was like supposed to be like they're looking at the person in the passenger seat, and then kind of like just smiled, and he had his seatbelt on. And I woke up, and I remember I was telling another reader about this dream, and I was like, I couldn't make sense of it at the time. I was like, I didn't understand what that dream was supposed to tell me. And she was saying something like, he's letting you know that he's safe and he's fine, and that, what happened to him was like part of his destiny and stuff. And I truly believe that, because I've felt like, and take this how you want, I'm going to say something that's could be kind of controversial, and I don't want you to take this as, I don't want to disrespect anyone's situation with grief, but it's almost like, and I felt this way with my grandmother as well, is like when these people in our lives who we love so much, they leave their physical body, and like their spirit lingers, not linger, but like their spirit surrounds those that they love, right? So it's like my grandmother is with me, she's with my brother, she's with my father, she's with all of her people, and she's still in heaven with her family. So it's like, although she's not physically here, I feel her all the time. I feel my friend all the time. I think about them all the time. And I just have all those good, loving memories. And, the one thing, I'm going to stop, but I really want to share this with you, because I think this is such a beautiful ending to this story. But, so my friend, he had a child, and his baby mama didn't want him around or something. Their family was really, they were really racist. They was racist as fuck. And let me tell you something. And they weren't even. And I was like, you got your fucking nerves to be motherfucking racist over here, and y'all Really, it was like, wow. So she ended up moving to a state where there was less parental rights for fathers and stuff, or maybe she was just from that state. I don't really remember all the details. Anyway, he had went through courts. He had went through everything because this part always makes me sad when I explain this, but like, he didn't have his dad growing up, and he didn't want his daughter to like grow up without her dad, or like thinking that her dad didn't care about her. Oh, this part makes me and she was like a baby. She was probably like 2 or 3, and he was fighting all kinds of like legal stuff. He had created an organization in this state for fathers, and he was the kind of person, like, if he wanted something, he would go and get it. He started a whole organization. It was called Father's Voice or something like that, and it was an organization for fathers who were basically trying to push back against this false narrative of being deadbeats, because he did not want to be labeled a deadbeat, because and I'm telling you, I swear to God, he did everything in his power to be with that girl. And sometimes I think like that was his way. Ooh, that was his way to be with his kid. But she did not want him around. She wouldn't bring him to the funeral. And I remember being like, I can't wait till your kid gets older so I can tell her all the stupid shit you used to do in college. Like, all the fucking, like, this was my best friend. I remember one time, he got so drunk. We got so drunk the night before. He used to always fall asleep with his contacts in. And for some reason, they got super dry that night. And he was over at my house visiting. And he woke up in the living room and he was like, I'm blind. And he's just like, I was like, hey, and I was like, if you can't see, then sit the fuck down. Stop walking around then. If you can't fucking see, then stop moving. And I'm like, if you can't see, then what did you do with all this shit? It was so dramatic, right? He's like, I'm never going to see my kid again. And I'm just sitting there and like, if you know me, I'm very like, I have a very dark sense of humor, but also dry. And I'm just like, oh my God, you are so dramatic. Come on, let's go to the fucking hospital. I took his ass to the emergency room, and we sitting there, and he's like, and I'm just like, oh my God, and in my head, I'm like, he's not blind. He probably this up to his contacts. Surely enough, he somehow then dehydrated his eyeballs to the point of them bitches damn near being glued onto his eyes. We had to go take him to Walmart to go get his prescription filled for his special eye solution. And this whole time, I'm pushing this Negro around in a fucking wheelchair. Like, he is. And I'm just literally in like because I guess that's where he gets his medicine refilled over at the super center. I'm just about to find that picture of me pushing his fucking ass around in this fucking wheelchair. Like, nigga, ain't nothing wrong with you. Oh my God, he was so extra, but that was my best friend. And I miss that dude. I really fucking miss him. I miss him so much. I miss my grandma too. I really missed a lot of people. Them two the most. I'm trying to find that picture of this dude. I had to I can't find it. My phone doesn't go far that back. Or my phone doesn't go back that far. But he was, it was just one of those, and we were freshmen. We rushed. He was a little bit older than me. But like, it was just one of those friendships where it was like, this is someone who's definitely going to be in my life forever. Or at least at the time, that's what I thought. And I have no doubts today that if he was still here, that we would still be friends. I'd still be talking shit. He'd still be talking shit. And we used to fight like brothers. You know how you and your we used to fight. And that dude is big. He was like, I said something there that day, boom. I was like, I didn't hear right for like a week. That is a big ass. I couldn't beat his ass up because he's bigger than me. But I wasn't gonna, I had a mouth. But I can't find that picture. But god damn, how would I show y'all anyway? It's got to be on here somewhere. I'm gonna find that fucking picture. I don't care what nobody say. Maybe I can't find it. Okay. Let me see. It was just so fucking sad, man. It was so sad. Oh man, those are pictures from the funeral. I can see this is my graduation from college. Yeah, I was so fake happy with that picture. But damn, I can't find that picture. I wish I had that picture of me pushing his ass around in that fucking in that fucking wheelchair at Walmart. And he in here in these big ass sunglasses crying, I'm never gonna see my kid again. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, I miss my friend. So, you know, I had to learn how to forgive. I had to forgive him. I was so angry with him for dying. I know that sounds weird because I felt like you just had like, you know, and my grandma too. I was like, I needed you. And with her, it was just like her health wasn't the best. And I was trying to get her to eat healthier and better then, but she was gonna have her Pepsis and her cigarettes, okay? And she liked to go on the boat at 2 o'clock in the morning and she had a heart attack. When she got home from the boat, I don't know. And I was so angry with her too. I was so mad. I felt abandoned. This what this felt like. This was that betrayal. Was like my best friends had left me within 3 months. I literally felt abandoned, and I had to. I didn't know what I was feeling at the time until I started going to therapy years later. And then I was like, you're carrying not only grief, but also anger and resentment. And you feel bad because they're dead. You're not supposed to feel like that towards dead people. You're not supposed to be mad at the dead. You're not supposed to be angry with them. They're supposed to be, you know, oh, they're passed away. You're supposed to speak well of them. And I was angry. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love them, but I was angry. I was like, why did you, like, you left me here? You know, I felt abandoned. And maybe that's something that you've experienced or you're going through or you're learning to overcome. And let me say, you know, it gets easier. But there's days where it feels like it's a battle. But the Ten of Cups, you're going to find your bliss. You're going to find your happiness. You're going to find harmony. You're going to find love. You're going to find all those things. And it's not because, and if it's not here right now, it's not because you don't deserve it. It's because you're still healing, babe. You're still grieving something here that is very painful. And I want you to know that I understand what that feels like. I fucking get it. For those that this message resonates with, I want you to know that I love you, even though I don't know you. But anyone who is having to deal with this much pain needs to be told, I love you. Even from a stranger off the internet. Because this love is the one thing we don't have enough of in this world. And it makes me really sad. I wish the world was more loving. But it's up to us to change it. You got to be the change in the world that you want to see, right? And that's what I always say. If you want to make the world a better place, you have to. I accidentally almost quoted a man in the mirror. You have to be the change in the world that you want. So, open that heart chakra. Process these feelings. You're gonna be okay. It's happening. Okay? This was a very deep personal reading. I did not mean for it to get this way. When these cards come flying out and my brain starts picking up information, words just fall out, and I cannot be liable for anything I say. Mostly kidding. But yeah, guys, I think this is a good place to end this reading here. Ooh, I'm going to take a minute from this one. Yeah, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. And I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, drink water, be safe, and peace.